Hello, everyone. This is a test with the new microphone. Hopefully, it's working as intended. Uh, this is gonna be fun. Like, today is gonna be a short podcast. Today, I will talk about what happened like this week, what's going on with me, and in terms of development, what I've been up to, and another things like multiplayer learning, and yeah. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is about like Fantasma and about what I did this week. So we were able to launch the decks in terms of not launching exactly, but start testing. We already found some issues to fix, so yeah, it's fun. We also did some configuration and some adjustments to the Fantasma hub. Still need some work on that, but yeah, it's starting to looking like a final product and not just a product, and not a like testing product, but yeah. Um, and yeah, finally I was able to make like the Docker run without any issues. I was having a lot of issues since I'm running on a MacBook M1. Uh, Sometimes I find a lot of issues because like running a AMD 64 version, uh, it causes some issues, and I needed to enable Rosetta because it was not detecting like some files, and it was like giving me weird errors. But finally we found the fix, we fixed it, and yeah. Next thing is, yeah, the new microphone. I hope you guys are enjoying the new microphone. uh it's something that will increase the quality of me talking, hopefully. And yeah, uh, the next thing that I also want to talk about is what I've been learning. I've been learning like multiplayer for Chase Me to the Moon and hopefully to Catacomb. It's a process, like learning multiplayer is not that simple. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Like I've been developing a lot, bug fixing, making the front end of the decks calculations. Like uh, they are a lot they are a lot harder than they appear to be. And another thing that I developed today actually was a way that once you are doing like a swap, either a swap or um yeah, it's for the swaps only. It's swap and the get rate for that transaction. And the thing is, once you get the rate and the swaps, they will now fetch the best route. Like we can have multiple instances of the uh, multiple pools, like Sol KCal, KCal Ethereum, Ethereum BNB, BNB Sol, yeah, and so on and so forth. Like a lot of pools, and it will find you like the best route, and the best route, our parameters for the best route, since like the fees on our chain are not that big. Uh, the routing will be the best route will be according to the price impact. Like if that route has a lower price impact than the other, it will use the with it will use, even if it's the longer route, it doesn't matter because it will be you will be receiving more, and it won't be like punishing smaller smaller pools. So yeah. Uh yes, and I was actually improving some details on the chain as well, because it was giving us some issues in terms of the exchanges. In terms of the exchange, it actually crashed the test net because of like a weird issue that I coded in. It happens from time to time. It happens. um, but yeah, I think it's fixed. I will apply the patch later, and like uh, plans for next week, and hopefully, yeah, plans for next week is just keep everyone up to date. Is to focus on myself in terms of thesis. Hopefully, because this week was a mess. I had a lot of issues like fixing the Docker. It took me like 2 weeks. No, sorry, 2 days. Oh, and also finally, I was able to run the token swapper. It's basic. The token swapper is basically the cross chain swaps. They are not complete yet, but good progress has been made. And yeah, in terms of Fantasma, I think that's it. Personal stuff. Yeah, next week I will be getting some time for myself for working on my thesis, and hopefully record some stuff. And yeah, it's something that really appeals to me. So yeah. Another thing I will show, one book that I'm reading right now. I will also start doing some stuff like that when I start to read, or when I'm in the process of reading some book. I have like 10 to 15 books to read. A lot of books in terms of coding and a lot of things. So yeah. So this book, hopefully you guys can see, this book, Project Management for an Official Project Manager, is the one that I'm reading right now. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and it gives me some bases how to project manage myself, which sometimes it's really helpful. Like, this not only gives you some insight into real project management, but also gives you some insight into like not project management, but manage people in a way that people don't feel obliged. I think it's the word, obliged to do the work. So you treat people as people and not as a number. Like, yeah. And actually that's a really good like way of seeing project management. It's like treat people as people and not as the means to do something only. People will do the stuff if you are a good leader and try to point them to the right direction. It's not that easy. It's actually difficult, but yeah, time will help, and books like this will also help. So yeah. Yeah, for this week I think that's it. I was like in a hurry, like doing a lot of stuff. So yeah. It seems like not that much, but actually it is. So yeah, thank you everyone. Like, for this week, I think this will be like a short update. Next week, hopefully I'll do something that will, maybe I'll show something, or maybe I will invite someone. Maybe I will invite someone to help me host the podcast. I will host and I will ask some questions. Right now, this was like a really short update podcast. because the topics that I was going about were not that to go into much detail. So yeah, but yeah, I was focusing on learning multiplayer, as well as working my ass off to fix some encountered issues, uh, to help further improve, like not the chain but the chain itself, to for the decks to arrive earlier than expected. Don't quote me on that, but hopefully that's the idea and the goal. And the token swapper it is on its way. So yeah, good progress. I will yeah. Thank you for watching. I know this is a weird podcast, like in a hurry, and next week will be better. Thank you for watching, and keep coding.